My work talks about the concept of environmental management in tourism. We're going to start to talk about my speech, and after, I'm going to try to show you my presentation. Tourists are becoming more discerning, seeking activities, arrangements, and experiences which depend crucially on a high-quality physical and cultural environment. Furthermore, regulation of the tourism industry by governments in the form of planning, restriction, mandatory environmental impact assessment, EIA in abbreviation, and laws relating to business practice has exerted pressure on hotels to adopt sustainable environmental practices. International organizations like United Nations Environmental Programme, World Tourism Organization, World Wildlife Fund, and the World Travel and Tourism Council are all actively involved in ensuring environmental improvement in hotels. However, within the hotel industry, cost savings seem to be the prime motivation for the increasing adoption of environmental management practices in hotels. Desires of environmental protection, conservation, resource use that account for future consideration and maximum realization of the interests of the tourist industry and local population remains strong. The principles of sustainable tourism are based on the following factors: efficiency use of the Earth's natural resources to conservation and management of water and energy, changing patterns of resource consumption, management of chemical and waste by prevention, reduction, and management of the airlines and oceans, site planning, use and management, inclusion of staff, clients in environmental issues, development of partnership to promote sustainable development, and sustainable planning. Internationally, the most common form of environmental instruments applied by the hotel industry are codes of conduct, best environmental practices, eco labels, environmental management system, EMS in abbreviation, and environmental performance indicators. Many hotel chains and individual hotels are applying some of the considered voluntary instruments, but it is difficult to assess the number of hotels implementing each instrument. One of the most critical elements of becoming an environmentally friendly hotel is the adoption of a new culture that extends throughout the hotel organization and between the hotel and its guests, local community, and even its vendors. It's called an environmental management system. An EMS is defined as a comprehensive organizational approach designed to achieve environmental care in all aspects of operation. The International Standards Organization, ISO 40000 series, is an international standard for EMS. The World Travel and Tourism Council's Green Globe International Certification has developed an EMS standard specifically for the travel and tourism industry. The best known among them are ISO 40001. Now let's talk about my presentation. The concept of environmental management in tourism. By the way, my name is Bajji Babakar Babakar. My scientific supervisor is Tatiana Genadzefana. First, we're going to talk about the concept of tourism. We should know that tourism encompasses the activity of persons traveling to and staying in place outside the usual environment for not more than one consecutive years. That means we can call somebody tourist if he move to somewhere that's not his usual place for not more than 12 months. And after, we're going to try to talk about environmental management system. Today, many hotels opt for green sector because many tourists are focused about how hotel manage nature and how hotel use energy like water, like electricity. Because today climate change are the problem of many countries, and without good environment, even our health is cause of many diseases like cancer and other bad things can happen to people. And after environmental management system, we're gonna try to talk about the most standard system we call ISO 40000. Today, to have like a common rules about environment, many international structures like United States, United Nations about environment, like World Tourism, have an agreement in the summit of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil to have a common agreement about how to save environmental in tourism. Because when tourists come to visit such country, there are some damage about nature, about forests, because they use fire and they can even try to destroy nature. And also, there are some acts, law, that tourism specialists should respect. Otherwise, they can cancel the right to be like a tourism specialist. But for the environment sector, we use ISO 40001. And after ISO 40000, we're going to try to talk about tourism management. Because today, to have a good tourism successful sector, we should to use such marketing tools like marketing mix, how to attract more tourists in our state, especially in like such case like in pandemic like coronavirus, how to stimulate like local tourism like in our sector, in our rural sector. And they say tourism is traveling with an objective. All tourism necessarily include travel, but all travel does not necessarily include tourism. That means there is a difference between travel and tourism. You can, for example, leave here from here to go to Brest. It's not a tourism. But when you go for a purpose to discover something, that's what we call tourism. And one similarity between travel and tourism is they both are temporary movements. And after tourism management, we're going to talk about the EMS in hotel industry. And one of the ways in which you can cover environmental issues derived from tourism activities is to have the ISO 14000 standard. Today, many countries, as Belarus and other countries in the world, are trying to respect the standard of ISO 14000. And after, we're going to talk about suggestion, how we can propose to our government, to our country, to be more successful about tourism sector. We should know that without an environmental management system, you are risking your brand, business, and relationship with increasingly environmental conscious travelers. And for the hospitality industry, the shifting attitude is both a threat and opportunity. And we can say, I don't know what they call environmental Russian. Because environmental strategy, many tourism are now like a bio country, a green country. And now in many tourism industries, people are taking care about environmental and nature. That was my work. I thank you for the attention. If you have some questions, I'm available.
Уже все подустали, наверное, правда, жилец? Нет вопросов. Спасибо большое. Присаживайтесь. Я попрошу преподавателей на минуточку с нами пройти